sure why, but it's interesting the kind of information that you'd get out of these random facts. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so no number from 1 to 999 includes the letter A in its word form, unless you live in the United Kingdom where it's proper to write 101 as 101. There is no number from 1 to on. There is no number from 1 to 999 that includes the letter A in its word form. Many oranges are actually green, which is really crazy. I don't know if I could actually eat a green orange. It would just feel wrong, but I'm sure people do. Well, we assume that all oranges are orange in color because of their name. The fruit is often green when ripe, thanks to plenty of chlorophyll. The opposite sides of a die will always add up to 7. If you take a look, you'll see that 1 and 6 are on the opposite side of the cube. 1 plus 6 equals 7, as are 2 and 5, and 3 and 4. You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. What? Why is that? According to a 2012 study published in the journal Annals of Epidemiology, humans are 13.8% more likely to die on their birthday than any other day of the year. Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Okay, it says playing EDM could be just what you need to scare away those pesky mosquitoes. I need to do that because where we live, mosquitoes are their bane, and I'm not trying to get sick. The King of Hearts is the only king in a deck of cards without a mustache. Dreamt is the only word in the English language that ends with MT. Interesting. That's according to the Oxford dictionaries. Those metal studs on your jeans have a name and a purpose. The next time you're wearing a pair of jeans, take a look at the pockets. Do you see those little metal studs on the corners? They're not just there for looks. They actually have a purpose. These rivets, according to Levi, are placed on certain spots to add extra support when the denim is more likely to wear out and rip. A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. If you open your eyes in a pitch black room, the color you'll see is called Ikengrau. I totally butchered that, but go into the darkest room that you can find, one where there's no light at all, and spend a few minutes with your eyes closed, and open them up and take a look around. While you'd expect to be staring into pitch blackness, you actually notice that you're seeing sort of a dark gray shade. That color has a name. It's called Ikengrau. Cats can't taste sweet things because of a genetic defect. Cats can jump really high, slip through the tightest spaces, and seemingly have 9 lives. But there's one thing they can't do: taste sweet things, and that's according to a 2007 article in the Scientific American. A group of hippos is called a bloat. Pogonophobia is the fear of beards. Alaska is the only state whose name is on one row on a keyboard. And decades after cataracts and sweater dresses are the longest words you can type only using your left hand. The average adult spends more time on the toilet than they do exercising. Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. A jiffy is about 1/1,000,000th of a second. Dragonflies have 6 legs but can't walk. Golf balls tend to have 336 dimples. Montpelier, Vermont is the only U.S. capital without a McDonald's. Apple seeds contain cyanide. Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. Cubic inch of human bone can bear the weight of 5 standard pickup trucks. A frigid bird can sleep while it flies. Jupiter is twice as massive as all the other planets combined. Your body contains about 100,000 miles of blood vessels. The little dot above the lowercase I and J has a name. That small mark you make over closest living relatives of the Tyrannosaurus rex. There is a trademark on the world's darkest shade of black. In the late 2010s, artist Anish Kapoor had exclusive rights to use a color called Vanta Black, the blackest black, meaning no other artist could use it. The average American spends about 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. I can relate to that. If you pluck your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, a potato, and an onion. Punctuation wasn't always a part of our written language. It would be nearly impossible to properly read without periods, commas, exclamation points, and question marks. The real name of Monopoly mascot, Uncle Pennybags, is Milburn Pennybags. The infinity sign is called a Lemonist Skate. Taco Bell was named after its owner, Glenn Bell. You can't hunt camels in Arizona. There are giant Technicolor squirrels in India. The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I mean, I would be disappointed if he wasn't. Riding roller coasters can help you pass kidney stones. That might help someone out there. The largest scrambled eggs ever made weighed nearly 3.5 tons. Dr. Seuss invented the word nerd. Spoon-fed is the longest English word with its letters in reverse alphabetical order. There is a city called Rome on every continent except Antarctica. Octopuses and squid have 3 hearts. The first email was sent by Ray Tomlinson to himself in 1971. The lint in the bottom of your pocket has a name. That name is I don't know, but that's funny. Massachusetts is home to Busta Rhymes Island. Ketchup was used medicinally in the early 1800s. Captain Crunch's full name is Captain Crunch Horatio Magellan Crunch. That's a long name. Movie trailers got their name because they were originally shown after the movie. People used to answer the phone by saying ahoy instead of hello. Pound cake originally included a pound of all its ingredients. You would likely mutate in space without a spacesuit. Rainbows were called bows of promise in Victorian English. An earthquake might have shrunk Mount Everest. The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. There is an optical illusion at the bottom of the sea. There are so many wonders waiting to be discovered deep within the ocean, and scientists came across one of them in March of 2019 while exploring an underwater volcano with a remotely operated vehicle. They spotted what appeared to be a small lake-like pool that was upside down. Space travel makes mice run in loops. Queen Elizabeth II is a trained mechanic. The average American produces 4.5 pounds of trash per day. One man set a world record by putting on 260 t-shirts at once. Dolphins give each other names. Sloths can hold their breath for longer than dolphins. Schoolmaster is an anagram of the classroom. There is only one walled city in North America, which is located in Quebec City in Canada. Ravens know when someone is spying on them. Frank Sinatra was offered the starring role in Die Hard when he was in his 70s. Sleeping through summer is called estivation. You produce about 6 pounds of stool per week. Around 6 million people alive today are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. He wasn't only known for being the leader of the Mongol Empire, he also fathered a lot of children. The cheesiest pizza ever was topped with 154 varieties of cheese. Pope John Paul II was an honorary Harlem Globetrotter. Mason G dogs are the only breed that doesn't bark. The most common password is 123456. That's yours. Please change it now. Click off this video real quick, go change it, and then sun makes up more than 99% of our solar system's mass. There is a tiny home in Virginia called a Spite House because that's why it was built. John Holzenbury, he apparently hated the fact that horse-drawn wagons would travel down the alley beside his building and wasn't fond of the people who liked to hang out in the space. So despite them, he built a second tiny house in the alley to keep everyone out, which is how the home earned its name. In old Christian art, good angels were red and Satan was blue. The first Nerf gun ball package claimed the toy can't hurt babies or old people. The tallest supported bamboo sculpture is more than 164 feet high. A Harry Potter book filled with typos sold for $90,000. There is a metallic asteroid shaped like a dog bone named Cleopatra. Elizabeth II's cows sleep on waterbeds. A journalist in 1950 predicted that women in the year of 2000 would be Amazons like Wonder Woman. British teen changed his name to Captain Fantastic faster than Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Wolverine, Hulk, and the Flash combined. Unfortunately, the name change also meant that his grandmother was no longer speaking to him. According to the Bible, the chicken came before the egg. Scientists discovered the fossil of a 430 million year old monster. Facial reconstruction was used to see what dogs look like 4,000 years ago. The bubonic plague encouraged Shakespeare to write poetry. Attempt to prevent the plague from spreading back in Shakespeare's time, many public places were shut down until things improved. That's why theaters were closed and didn't reopen until the spring of 1594. This closure meant temporarily out of work, and that's when the Bard spent his time writing poetry instead of focusing on his famous plays. Last but not least, Antarctica is the largest unclaimed territory on Earth. The continent is covered internationally through the Antarctic Treaty System, which includes Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, New England, Norway, and the United Kingdom. However, the land can only be used for peaceful purposes. That and a whole lot of science. So those are the 100 facts. Which one was the most interesting fact to you guys? I didn't know about like 80% of them, so maybe I should just start reading more. Thank you so much for joining